Hey crafty family, it is me, and today we are going to do Screw It and Do It! Because I want to. And I said screw it, just do it. So I'm getting my little card out. Now you don't have to use these little cards obviously because not everybody's going to be able to find a Rolodex like this, and I don't expect you to. I am just using this, but you can use anything. You can make yourself a tiny little journal out of index cards and use that, which actually would be perfect. Take little index cards, or even the large ones, fold them in half, staple them together, and make yourself a little Screw It and Do It journal. That's probably the best thing to do, because that's about the weight of this. Is about this is probably thinner than an index card. Index cards would be nice and thick. So you can do that. You don't have to do it on a whole index card. You can just fold it in half and do half of an index card, which is about what this is, about half of an index card, which is perfect. So today I'm going to do some watercolors, and then we're going to put some flowers on it, and we're going to do some things. So I always start off saying that, you know, my intention is just to do about 10 minutes, but if I enjoy what I'm doing, then it might end up being longer. You never know. It doesn't have to be. Oh, and I'm going to be using some Prima paints. I'll be using this set, which they always get all messed up. They don't stay in their little areas. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. It's annoying, Prima. I might have to like tack them down. And then I've got this set, which I'm not sure I'll use that one as much. I like that one for its like skin tone ability. I want some bright colors, again, with the whole colors not staying where they belong. Okay. So anyway, let me get my water bottle and spray them. Give it a spritzy spritz, and then we're going to wet the paper. And this is just cheap paper, this stuff, but it's like a cardstock. Why is there hair? And I'm just going to plop down some color and make pretty, you know, pretty little color droplets here, there, and everywhere of pink and purple. And you can use any watercolors you want. Whichever ones you have will work. If you have cheap ones, use cheap ones. You don't need to use expensive ones. These are the Prima ones. These aren't expensive. These are like what, $11, $12 a piece. You can get them on Amazon. So they're not super expensive. But they work. They'll do the job that needs to be done. Reach over here and grab some of this color. I'm just dropping it down, seeing what happens. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry this real quick. So hold your horses. And you can get it mostly dry and then pat it the rest of the way. And you get some cool designs. I'm going to do another one the same way. Maybe different colors, but I'll at least get two backgrounds, because even if I don't finish them today, I'll have another one to play with at another time. I really enjoy watercolor painting more than acrylic painting. I like using acrylic paints for things, but if I'm gonna I just love the flow of color when it comes to watercolors. There's just nothing like it, in my opinion. I love the way the colors just kind of flow and move and work together, and like, it's just awesome. You either love watercolors or you hate them. That's kind of how that goes. There's kind of no two ways about it. Some people don't like it, and some people, you know, love it. It just depends on what you like. I love them. Most people I know that try them love them. once you learn to let go. That's the thing with watercolors. If you try them and you feel you need to, and you're having trouble controlling them, and you feel the need to have to control them kind of like you can with acrylic paints, then you might not like them, because but once you let go of that and just, you know, try not to worry about controlling it, and not worrying about like, oh, you know, like right now I'm just doing a background, so you're, you know, I'm not trying, you know, usually you don't try to control a background anyway, you just kind of do. But for people that want to like do flowers or make certain things with it, if you just understand that it's kind of going to do its own thing and you can't really control what it's going to do like you can with an acrylic paint, usually you like it. You know what I mean? Usually you really like it if you just allow yourself to let go. What's nice is these little cards, little papers, don't take long. You know what? I want to do one more just because it's fun to do. Let's do one more, this time with blues. I think we need some blues. Oops, I got a little purple on there. That's okay. Blues and maybe greens. I like this green over here. I wonder if it'll play nice with this one. Maybe. It does. I'll get this lime green. We'll see if it'll play nice. Oh, it does. Well, we don't really have much blue, so we'll do... let's do this blue and see. A little bit. Just a few drops. There we go. Okay. And if you don't get all the way to the edges for what I'm going to do with it, you don't need to. Okay, so we're done with those. It might help if I put them away the right way. Okay, so we've got 3 cards. Now, I've seen this technique that I'm about to do. I've done it before, but not with what I'm going to do. I've done it before in a way. Not exactly what I'm going to do now, but I've seen this technique done by tons of people, and I'm going to give it a try. And what this is you need some sort of pen. It doesn't have to be waterproof because you're not going to be putting any more water down, but you are going to be putting acrylic paint down, which is fine. It, you know, it's not necessary to worry about it because you're not going to be like painting in anything really. So basically this technique, you're going to make like flowers and whatnot, and I seen the person that I seen doing this with the flowers most recently was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was Courtney, what's her channel? Little Raven Inc. She's who I saw doing this recently, that made me go, oh, you know, like, it made me think of really wanting to try it. And she like does these little flowers, and I'm trying to basically, because you know I can't draw worth a dang, so I'm trying to like kind of copy what she did a little bit. I know I'm like a copycat when it comes to, especially when it comes to drawing, because I can't draw worth a damn. I just don't, like, I screwed that up already, but who cares. I just don't have the ability that some people do. I don't know why. I can do mixed media, I can write poetry, I can sing, and I can do all kinds of other creative things, but drawing is just not my forte. And that's okay. I've come to grips with that. You know, and see, it's a lot of it too is probably, and what's funny is when I was younger, I used to be able to draw, but I would have to put so much effort into it. It was insane. And I think I've shown some drawings I've done before. In the past, I've done some really nice drawings of like cars and trucks, because like back in the day I had a boyfriend who was like a really good artist, and so I was trying to like impress him, and I drew him some pictures of like a monster truck and one of his favorite car or whatever. I think it was like a Chevelle. And so he really liked it and thought, wow, you know, you did a really good job on these. But, you know, that was like the only thing I ever drew. Well, I mean, I drew some other things too, but I would have to put so much effort. I would sit there and I'd have to have the picture next to me and I would have to draw it and it would take me forever. And yeah, it would come out really cool and I was proud of myself, but it would take me like, you know, 8 hours to draw one thing, and it was just insane amount of time. So I'm just not, you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm just not an artist. But, you know, she was drawing these flowers that I am attempting to kind of mimic. Which, you know, she's a much better artist than I am, of course, because, hello, that's what she does. She could draw like faces, whereas I am just a useless, you know, you've seen my faces. And I was actually trying when I did the funky faces. I was like, when I saw Barb Owen do them, I was like, oh, those are so cool. I could probably do that, because then if I do a crappy job, you know, it's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look, you know, weird and ugly. So I thought, oh, cool, that'll hide how bad I draw, you know. Because, I mean, I was actually really trying and they came out horrible. I mean, so, yeah. So I'm just doing what she did, basically, you know, and then like you can do a vine thing. And then put like the bleeding hearts. I'm just kind of winging it. This one I used to do a lot when I was younger. Do like the bleeding heart thing. Because bleeding hearts are one of my favorite plants. So I've drawn them before, but I do them like, I don't know, I can't obviously draw properly, but I can fake this as much as possible. And just do whatever. I can draw a heart. I can draw some basic geometric shapes. I can do a pretty good mandala. You know, not like a precise mandala, but I can do a pretty good just, you know, I've drawn it, you've seen it. So if I could draw a mandala, anybody can, because I suck. Okay. So that's good enough. I don't know how well that's going to come out. That's a lot of detail I did on that one. Like, in other words, for what I'm going to do, that's a lot of detail. So one of the other things I know how to draw is a cactus. And, like, I seen her do one as well, and I thought, oh, I know how to do that. So, let's see. I'm going to try to draw like part of a flower pot, kind of. And we'll do like a cactus. It's supposed to be rounded, and I'm doing it like a leaf. See, I'm already screwing it up. I forgot how to do it already. That's okay. I can't really screw these up too much. I mean, leave it to me. I'll screw anything up. But, and then you go around and you do like the little ones. You do a few little ones here and there. And then you can do the rest of the pot like so, even though, you know, just color that in like the soil. Alright, not so good, but you know. It's fine. And then this one we'll just do, I want to do like this. I'm going to do a couple that are coming out like just random. And then what I'll do is make them look like they're coming out of the center of a big one before I do the rest. I love this pen to death. It's so awesome. You just fake it till you make it. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, you could just do hearts. You could, you know what I mean? If you don't want to draw flowers or anything, just do hearts or stars or whatever you're capable of doodling. Just do a circle for crying. Trace something. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to be drawing flowers, you know, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And then you can make like the little lines, like the little spikes in the cactus. That's what makes them look more like cactus. But you know, you don't need to be drawing. I'm just trying to do something because I'm really bad at drawing. I mean, and you don't have to be nice in the comments. Be like, no, you've been at drawing, because I know, and I'm okay with it. I'm cool, you know. Like, you need to be okay with your shortcomings. You know, I'm okay with the fact that I can't draw. I'm good. I know I can't draw. I don't go around going, oh, here's my piece of work, masterpiece. Don't you love it? Like, nope. And some people draw worse than I do, you know, and that's okay. Not everybody, you know, like, not everybody has to draw great. You know, leave that to the people that can draw good. I just, you know, I just mess around. I still like to do it every now and again. I don't do it a lot because, you know, it's not good for your ego to do something that you suck at. You know what I mean? Because then you're like, oh man, this really sucks. And, you know, like, you don't want to beat yourself up over it. So you do the things that you're good at. That's why I don't do a whole lot of drawing on my channel, because why would I do something I'm really bad at? You know, because I don't need people watching my channel going, yeah, you shouldn't keep making videos of doing that because you're not very good at it. I'm going to do the things I'm good at. I'm good at mixed media, you know, fairly. You know, I'm not an expert at anything, I don't feel, you know. I'm good at, you know, just doing I'm good at making journals and good at making little videos and good at making an ass of myself. I'm pretty good at singing. I'm one of those people that I'm not an expert at anything, but I'm good at a lot of, like, I'm kind of good at a lot of little things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty handy to have around. I can fix a lot of stuff. You know, I know how to, like, paint the interior of a house real well. I know how to fix things and make things. I know how to refinish furniture and stuff like that. I'm like one of those people that, but I'm not an expert at any of it. I'm just pretty good at a lot of little things. So there's my cactus on that one. Now let's see. Let's do you know what? I know how to do like kind of. I'm trying to remember. Like, I kind of know how to do this flower that I used to be able to draw, kind of. Well, it's not that great, but that's okay. We can just play around. Could try another one. That's not so great either, but That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. I should probably finish those in a little. Yeah. Meh. Not a good drawer. But I'm okay with it. Maybe we'll do another daisy style. They're pretty easy, right? Can't really go wrong with that. Or can you? Or can you? Just when you're in doubt, add more leaves. Yeah, why the hell not? Yeah, sure. That looks great. We'll just we'll add a circle, even though, you know, whatever. Okay, that's all we need to do. So I've got these three now. I'm fairly happy with those, and I'm actually going to break out my Jane Davenport paints because I think it was, I want to say it was Little Raven ink. That's what she used. You don't need to. You can use regular acrylic paints. Let me see, I have one that's, these are all the ones that split, you know. But they're still good. I put duct tape on them and I did a pretty good job, I think. And they're holding up well. That's all that matters. As long as they work. I'm happy with them. I like these paints. I do like the dark blue. I remember she used the dark blue and the dark pink. And I really like the dark pink and the dark blue. That navy blue is really nice. And I might do a couple different colors. I might just do one color. Maybe I'll do these three. The darkest colors. I think those are the darkest ones, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We need a small brush. A couple of small brushes. Let's see. I've got these two. I've got this one for really small detail. And this one. We'll see how we do. What we're going to do is we're going to block out all the rest of the color on the page except for these flowers. So they're going to be basically standing out on their own. So for this one, I'm going to block it out with, I think, the pink. So put a little paint down. And I'll start with the big areas, and I'll just go around loosely. And I already screwed up. Probably not the best way to do this. I probably should have used... Ooh, my foot is falling asleep. Occupational hazard. Probably because of sitting in this chair. I'm going to use the smaller brush. My chair and I don't get along very well. But that's okay. I will probably speed through this because, you know, it's not the most interesting thing to watch somebody do, to just block in paint. Okay, and we are back, and look how cool they look. I will give you some advice though. You will have like brush strokes, which, you know, you're not gonna be able to see in the video, but you know, especially when you're using a small brush. And also the pen does run, so sometimes when you hit it with the acrylic paint, it will, like here I got a little running, but it doesn't run enough to worry about it too much. So if you don't have a waterproof pen, you know, it's not going to be a big deal. And if you do go over your lines, you can go back in when you're done painting and darken them back up again, which I have to do to a few of them because I got the paint over the lines, which, you know, no big deal. That's going to happen. On this one, I did darker blue up here, and what I did to make this dark blue was I took this purple and this blue and I mixed them together to get this blue, and then underneath I put this purple. So yeah, I am going to darken up some of these lines because of course I went over them. It was hard not to because they were so, and you want to use like, you don't want to use like a fine line black pen to draw your picture, because then when you go up to it with the paint, you're definitely going to cover up your lines. You want to use a little bit of a heavier, you know, you don't want to use like, you know, like a big fat marker, but you want to use like, you know, a pen that's got a decently thicker line to it, so that you can see and paint around the area, you know what I mean. So yeah, and then there's this one which came out cute. So after you get them all situated and redo the lines, but see, that's what's cute about it, is the watercolor. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to do flowers. You could do whatever you want. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white pen, and I've got a, I don't know if this one here, I had gotten it a while ago and haven't even opened it yet. I think I got it at Walmart or something, because I'm having trouble. I just want a white pen that, you know, works. Would be nice. Like a white marker that actually works. And this is, I think, the oil. Is this an oil one? Yeah, this is an oil-based one. So I was hoping that it would work a bit better. Now you could do one of two things. You can splatter white on it, or, you know, if you want. And I might do that on a couple of them. Or if you have a white pen that you like to use, you can go in and like add some dots like so and kind of dress it up. And I'm just going in and giving a few little dots just to dress it up a little bit. Cute, cute. You can even do like some little doodles with the white. Can't go wrong with dots. And do something like that. And then on this one, I think on these two I'll do some splatters. And I think what I'm going to do is some gold out of this watercolor. I'm just going to do some of the, like the metallic gold, or actually, You know what? I'll use this one because I really like the metallic gold in this one. And I'm going to link below the paints that I used, where you can get them for a good price, where I got them. So you can use the link directly below if you want to purchase them. Also the same with this one here, which I love. This is like my favorite watercolor set. So I'll leave a link below to where you can get any of these sets of watercolors. I might want to use a smaller brush so it's not so thick. That's better. I'll do it on this one too. Why not? Cute, cute, cute. And then you've got like a little gold shimmer added to it. But yeah, I'll put links below that'll bring you directly to the paints that I used. And hopefully that'll help you out if you're looking for them. But yeah, so that's it. They are done. They are cute. This one they just need to dry a little bit, and they will go into my little Rolodex. Or if you're using a journal, obviously you can glue them into your journal, or you know, or just you're obviously if you're using a journal, then it's already in your journal. But my Rolodex is starting to fill up. I love it. I'm excited. I just love all the little art that I'm doing and able to put it in and take it out and look at it as I go. And I kind of just, you know, like, I don't know what I'd call these, watercolor flowers or watercolor plants. So I might put them under W, or I might put them under plants, or P for plants. Who knows? I just kind of think of whatever. No real rhyme or reason behind it. But I hope you enjoyed this Screw It and Do It. And, you know, it turned out to be longer than 10 minutes. And that's going to happen. Probably every time I do it ends up, you know, I start off thinking, oh, I'm just going to do it for 10 minutes. And then, bam, I end up sitting down for a half hour, 40 minutes and doing something. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will give this technique a try. It's fun to do you know, I've said this before. It's fun. Anyway, my battery ran out as usual. As I was saying, the good thing about doing the Screw It and Do It projects are, these are great ways, and I've said this before, to practice things. Like you see a technique on YouTube, or you see something and you think of something and you're like, oh, I wonder if that'll work. Rather than having a big page that you waste, you can do a tiny little piece of art and actually save it, and you know, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, who cares? Because it's just, you know, it's just your practice. And it's also a great way to, obviously, I've also said this before, to get yourself creating, even if you don't have time or you're not feeling creative. It's a great way to just sit down and throw some color on it. You don't have to finish your project, even if you just say, well, I've just not been feeling creative. But it doesn't take creativity to take 3 colors of paint and just throw paint on it. You know, no design, no nothing, just throw a background of paint on and set it aside for later. Do 10 minutes of that, you know, go through and do a bunch of them, put different colors on, whether it's watercolor or acrylics, you know, which I'll also, you know, just put whatever you can on the background, even if you're not feeling necessarily creative, but it might spark something. You might go, oh, you know what'll look cool on this? And then it kind of will spark something, and that's what'll help. Or if you are somebody who is finding it hard to find the time to actually do anything creative, you know, 10 minutes, everybody can find 10 minutes. There's no reason, there's no excuse. You could find 10 minutes in the day. You can find, even if you find 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. You know, before you get in the shower or before you're going to work, sit down and kind of like when you wake up, you know, that's your way to relax. Drink your coffee, do a little doodling, and then go on with your day. Or when you get home, you know, use this as your unwinding time. Your 10 minutes of everybody leave me alone. I am going to do 10 minutes of unwinding, and I'm going to sit down and mess around for 10 minutes. You know, everybody's got a few minutes to stay creative, and that's the nice thing. And keep it small. I've said that before as well. Keep it small. Don't do anything on a large scale, large piece of paper. Even if you have to take a piece of paper, cardstock or watercolor paper, and cut it into small pieces. These are like what, 3.5 or 3 inches? These are 4 inches by what, 2 inches? Yes, 4 inches by like 2.25. So, I mean, even if you did something like that, or take an index card and fold it in half, or cut them in half and use them, and, you know, you don't have to have a Rolodex. Do not let that stop you. You do not need it. It's just so happened that I had it, it's been sitting around, and these are the right size papers to just do a little something. So I hope you'll give this a try. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. It helps out my channel. And so yeah, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Definitely subscribe. That's a good thing to do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Check out the links in the description below. I have some great links down there to my Patreon, to where you can get all the paints that I used in this, all the watercolor paints that I used. Yeah, so you definitely want to check out the links that I have down below, because they are helpful. I have links to my Facebook group, so definitely check them out. And I will talk to you guys later. Make sure you have a great rest of your day. Do what you love what you do. Be nice to people, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.